Hi, I'm Paul Darley, and thanks for tuning into our August issue of Inside Darley. We are just back from the Fire Rescue International Conference that was put on in Charlotte, North Carolina by the International Association of Fire Chiefs. And I'll tell you, it was a great show, and Charlotte was just an amazing city. They were a great host city for this show, and they've also become a great Darley customer. Right now, City of Charlotte, which has an ISO rating of #1, one of 200 fire departments across America with that rating, has standardized entirely on Darley EM 2000 GPM two-stage pumps. So they're under the light leadership of Buddy Caldwell at their fleet, as well as John Hanna, their outgoing fire chief, and Luther Fincher before him. We're really excited to have them on, and congratulations to that wonderful city that's 17th largest in America, and again, one of the fastest growing cities in America. While there, probably one of the big buzzes at the show was that Pierce unveiled a new industrial pumper, and it featured our new 6,000 GPM 2 ZSM pump, which is the largest GPM pump available on the market. It was just introduced or demonstrated the week before down at the Texas A&M Industrial Fire School, where, if you can imagine, we flowed over 10,000 GPM. Wayne Hobley, our chief engineer, and Kyle Darley, who was the primary project engineer on this project, were both there, and we set a new, what we believe is a new world record, flowing from draft 5,750 GPM at 100 PSI, I believe, and it's going to be we're working with Guinness right now on a new world record for that, so very exciting. And I'll tell you, the weekend before that, we had our family meeting, which we as a family business is kind of best practices for family business, where the family goes off-site, and we discuss some business issues, but most of the issues, how they relate to onboarding future generations and that, things of that nature. And the second article attached here is written by a close friend of mine, Scott Robinson of the Robinson Resource Group, LLC. And Scott actually, the article is called Relatively Speaking. It's 5 family business strategies that all companies can leverage. And it talks about, here's 5 things that family businesses do that publicly traded companies or non-family businesses should look to embrace. And number 1 is maintaining and sticking with a long-term vision and being financially conservative. Number 2 talks about employee loyalty and the lower turnover rates that family businesses have in terms of employee turnover and why that takes place. Number 3 is the deep relationships that take place both with employees as well as with customers and suppliers, and how that is somewhat unique to family businesses, partially because your name is on the building. Number 4 is the maintaining a consistent leadership and how that helps family businesses. And typically in publicly traded companies, CEOs are typically around for just about 5 years compared to, on average, about 20 years for family businesses. And lastly, he talks about what he calls practicing strategic patience. And in this case, it means, look, you stay with new business initiatives longer because, you know, you're not reporting to Wall Street on a quarterly basis. We have the ability to stay with maybe initiatives that right out of the box are slow to develop. We can stay with those longer, and that proves to be worthwhile. So you might want to check that out. And the last attachment that you might want to check out and perhaps share with the people in your office is 15 email etiquette rules that every professional should know. And you know, it obviously talks about, look, not replying all, and it's from Business Insider magazine. And I would probably add a couple to this. And one is, look, if you're on the CC line, you're not expected to reply. You're kind of in there for information only. And we actually use in our company what sometimes would be called NRR, which is no response requested. And it kind of cuts down on a lot of the, you know, thank you, you're welcome type of emails that have a tendency to take place, and particularly if you don't want to be copying all on those type of things. So, and I'll tell you, if you like those type of blogs and those type of articles, hopefully you'll look for my new book. It's going to be called Sold. It's coming out here this fall, probably within the next 90 days. And it's about relationship selling and how to sell more, but also how to work your way up the corporate channel by using emotional intelligence and authentic leadership, and then what to do once you get there. And if you have any ideas on maybe things that you found successful or helpful in your business or in your fire department or in your military branch, I'll tell you, I'd love to have you reach out to me at pauldarley@darley.com or at the below office line or below cell phone number, and let me know. I'd love to catch up with you and add those to my book before we go to print. So thanks for tuning into this issue of Inside Darley. If there's anything we can be doing to support you, we hope you'll reach out to us.